Hello students, good morning and welcome to IIMT College of Management. I am Mishra, Assistant Professor in IIMT College of Management. I teach Indian economy and today our topic of discussion is NITI Aayog. NITI Aayog is a very important topic not only for the BBA students but also who are preparing for any exam, any competitive exams. So, dear student, before we start our today's topic NITI Aayog, we must think about how NITI Aayog came into effect. What was the reason that the NITI Aayog was made? So, before we are going to discuss the NITI Aayog, we must focus on its predecessor, named Planning Commission. As we know that the Planning Commission was made in 1951 by our first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. Planning Commission was a planned period made by our economists, and they thought the process from which India will lead in coming years. So they made 5-year plans in the planning commissions. Planning commission actually at that time was made by the economist, and they thought that the 5-year plans will provide a way to lead India in the path of development. But after 60 years or 65 years, when the new challenges came into, when the new challenges come in the path of India, in the development path of the India, we and our economists and new thinkers thought about that it should be changed. And since in new era, in new millennium, new types of challenges, we are coming into the development. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi, when came into the power in 2014, they intended to dissolve this planning commission and make a new form that is called NITI Aayog. So let us discuss today about the NITI Aayog. So we will discuss it today what the NITI Aayog is. So the government of India in its first cabinet meeting held on 1st January 2015 under the chairmanship of Prime Minister Narendra Modi has replaced Planning Commission with a new institution named NITI Aayog, National Institution for Transforming India. This institute will serve as a think tank for the public policy making. Previously, this work was done by the Planning Commission, but after 2014, that means the 1st January 2000, from the 1st January 2015, this new form will think about the progress path for the India. So NITI Aayog will provide government at the central and state level with relevant strategic and technical advice. These include matter of national and international import. So what are the pillars of NITI Aayog? It has 7 pillars. Number one, pro-people. That means before making any plan, we consider about the people and their welfare. Proactivity, participation, empowering, inclusion of all, equality, and transparency. These are the 7 pillars of NITI Aayog. In NITI Aayog, the state government have an equal role in the nation's development process, and NITI Aayog promises the principle of cooperative federalism. So, equal participation of states and union territories are very important because the importance of the states cannot be denied in the progress of the country. If all the states will be stronger, only then the overall impact of the development can be seen. So, to boost up the economy at the state level will enhance the economy of India. So, here is the most important thing is that the chief ministers and lieutenant governor of the union territories will be the members and they will share their ideas, their challenges, their innovative things to the center. And the central government will also take into the consideration of their challenges and they will try to help and solve them. So it is a very important for the state and union territories that whatever they are going to make innovations or what are the important things, they will share their ideas to the central government. Former IAS officer BVR Subramaniam was appointed as the chief executive officer of NITI Aayog by the government. NITI Aayog was formed by a resolution of the Union Cabinet on 1st January 2015. The aspirational district program ranks district on the basis of composite index comprising of health, nutrition, education, basic infrastructure, and poverty. So these are the factors on the basis of that NITI Aayog will rank them. And these are the health, nutrition, education, basic infrastructure, and the poverty. So what are the objectives of NITI Aayog? So NITI Aayog objectives will be based on the data of given by the state government on the basis of health, nutrition, education, basic infrastructure, and poverty. NITI Aayog conducts workshop under the state support mission for improving innovation performance of state and union territories. So Planning Commission was replaced by the new institution NITI Aayog on 1st January 2015, and the emphasis was bottom-up approach. Bottom-up approach means previously Planning Commission had the approach of top-down approach. Here in NITI Aayog, it is a bottom-up approach. Bottom-up approach means the state government at the bottom level, they will share their ideas, views, their challenges to the central government. So it is a bottom-up approach. And to envisage the vision of maximum governance, minimum government, increasing the spirit of cooperative federalism. So previous name, as we are discussing, that the previous name of NITI Aayog was the Planning Commission, and as we know that the chairman of Planning Commission was, first chairman was the Jawaharlal Nehru. That means any prime minister will be the chairman of the Planning Commission. So even in the NITI Aayog, the prime minister will be the chairperson of NITI Aayog. And the difference of the NITI Aayog and the Planning Commission is that the Planning Commission used to make the plan also and used to distribute the funds also. But here in NITI Aayog is a only think tank. It will not provide funds to any state or union territories. Funds will be transferred by the Finance Ministry, not by the NITI Aayog. So it is a only think tank. It will provide its suggestions, its idea, and its innovative ideas to all the state and union territories. So the Planning Commission, it will, NITI Aayog, as we know that the previous name of NITI Aayog was the Planning Commission, and in 2014, when the Narendra Modi came into the power, they dissolved the Planning Commission, and since then the Planning Commission is named as the NITI Aayog. So its previous predecessor named the Planning Commission first 5-year plan, that was 1951 to 1956, and the first 5-year plan was launched in 1951, which mainly focused in the development of primary sector. Primary sector, that means the agriculture sector. And the 5-year plan was based on the Harrod-Dummer model. Harrod-Dummer model with few modifications. These 5-year plans, president was the Jawaharlal Nehru, and the Gulzari Lal Nanda was the vice president. So first 5-year plan, only main focus of that plan was the agriculture, and this 5-year plan was successful because we achieved the target, and at that time our target was to achieve the self-sufficiency on agriculture and food products. So after independence, India launched its first 5-year plan in 1951 under socialist influence of the Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. But at that time, the situation was different than the present time. Actually, in this time, we have a different type of challenges. And when the Planning Commission was made, at that time, it was the inception of our economy, and we at that time we are only thinking about how to make economic progress. But now the time has changed, and we have to also make comparison, and there is lots of competition ahead with different countries of the world. So at the time of the Planning Commission or 5-year plans, plan was made at the central level, and all the states had to follow that. So it was at the central level, that is a centralized level of planning, which is nowadays is not relevant for the development, because at the central level, they were thinking about different aspects and the state have a different type of challenges, different type of problems, poverty, education problem, their unemployment problems, and different types of resources or funds problem they have. So they will have to cooperate with the state government, and the central government only can make progress if they have the help of the state government and union territories. So actually we can say that the planning at the center must be at the central level, but the state government or the union territories must have their own saying, must have their own ideas, so that the country can lead toward the growth. So, Sir Mox Gundam Visvesvaraya is known as the father of Indian economy planning. And the first 5-year plan was presented in the parliament by the Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru in December 1951. This plan promoted the idea of self-reliant, closed economy and was developed. It is a non-constitutional body. NITI Aayog is a policy think tank of the government of India, created through executive. The first 5-year plan and the predecessors of NITI Aayog. So the first 5-year plan was 1951 to 1956. 5-year plans was there. So the first 5-year plan was launched in 1951, which mainly focused in the development of the primary sector. Primary sector, that means the agriculture sector. And in that agriculture sector, we achieved the target, and the first 5-year plan was successful. The first 5-year plan was based on the Harrod-Domar model with a few modifications. The 5-year plan's president was Jawaharlal Nehru and Guljari Nanda was the vice president. So after independence, India launched its 5-year plan in 1951 under the socialist influence of the Prime Minister Jawaharlal. And Sir Moksha Gundam Visvesvaraya is known as the father of Indian economy planning. The first 5-year plan was presented in the parliament by the Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru in December 1951. So it is a non-constitutional body. NITI Aayog is a policy think tank of the government of India, created through a executive resolution. So this is all we have for NITI Aayog today. And in next session, we will do our other topic. Thank you. Thanks a lot.